Hello guys, you are all welcome to Vincent Hub. So in today's video, I'll be emphasizing and treating basic Python concepts like how does Python code works, basic Python syntax and basic data types in Python programming. So if you want to know all of these and be good at it, stick to the end of this video. So coming to how does Python code works. Before moving on, I would love to ask you guys a question that is linked to our topic of discussion. So here's the question. If someone sent you a message on WhatsApp, how do you receive it? How do you receive it if someone sent a message to you in WhatsApp? So if you could get the right answer to this question, that shows that you are following in what we are about to discuss. So Python actually work in that system in the sense that we do give our computer set of instructions and the interpreter do interpret that instruction step by step. So there are three components of execution of Python code. So before a Python code will be actually successful, there are three components that it has to follow. Number one, the source code, the interpreter, and the output. So before moving forward, I would love to give you guys a real life analogy. So let's take for instance a Chinese man wants to speak with an Hausa man. So both of them needs an interpreter that will translate the both language. So the Chinese man is just the source code. Let's say the Chinese man is the source code. The interpreter is the translator, while the Hausa man is the output. So if any error should come from the source code, which is the Chinese man, you see that the translator will not be able to translate that particular way to the Hausa man. And if any error should come from the Hausa one, you see that the translator will not be able to translate that particular word to the Chinese man. So there will be an error. So that's a similar way of how Python code works. First of all, we write our source code, which are the code written by the programmer. It's called the source code. Like your print hello world is the source code. The code that you do tell the computer, the instruction that you do give to computer to do is called the source code. So we have the interpreter. Is the work is to convert those source code to the machine language, because the machine does not understand human language. So the work of the interpreter is to convert your source code to the machine language, and you have our output. Our output is actually the result of your program. The result of your program. For instance, I have a Python code that says print welcome to Vincent Hub. If the code was successful, the output will just say welcome to Vincent Hub. So that's it.
So
Coming
let's
to
practicalize what we just said. We say that how to run Python code requires three components, which is actually your source code, and we say that the source code are instructions that are written by the programmer. So let's give our computer one instruction. Let's say print my built-in function, my parentheses, my quotation mark. Let's say print welcome, welcome to Vincent, welcome to Vincent Hub. So this is actually the source code. So coming to the interpreter, the work of the interpreter is to convert this code to the machine language, because without the interpreter this code is meaningless to the computer. So let's execute the code. It was successful, and this is our output. So let's say there was an error in the source code. Let's take one of the parentheses. You see that the Python interpreter will not be able to compile this code to the machine language, and the machine does not understand this. So let's run this and see. You see there is a syntax error, which is one of the parentheses is missing. So let's put one of the parentheses and you see that our code is back to life.
So moving to our next agenda, we we say basic Python syntax. So I would love to explain what syntax there really means. Syntax is like the grammar behind Python programming. Just like in our English language, we have our English grammar and rules guiding English language. Also in Python programming, we have basic Python syntax, which are the rules and norms that do guide our Python syntax. As you keep enjoying this video, why not subscribe, like and comment to this video.
We have various Python syntax. One, we have the statements, which are single instruction that the Python do execute. So for instance, let me say I have a Python code that says print welcome. Print welcome. This is actually a set statement because it's a single instruction that the Python do execute. So next in our list we have the indentation. We have the indentation. So we say that the indentation uses Python uses indentation to define a block of code. Python uses indentation to define a block of code and is actually the space that we give at the beginning of our Python code. So let's see the work of the indentation now. Let's declare a variable that says age equals to 18, and if age greater than or equals to 18, we indent it. This is our colon. This is an indentation because this is the space. We said that the space that we give at the beginning of our code, this is actually the space at the beginning of line 3, and it's actually a block of code, which is this number 1 and number 2 are declare a block of code in Python programming. So let's print it out. Print our parentheses. Let's say you can vote sorry you can vote. So let's execute the code and see what we have. See, you can vote. So that's it. Next on our list we have the comment, and we say that comment actually explains our Python code and makes the code more readable to a non-programmer. So this is actually the sign of comment in Python programming. So anything written after the comment are ignored by the Python interpreter. So this comment will be eligibility voting eligibility. So the work of the comment is to explain Python code to a non-programmer, and everything written after the Python code will be ignored by the Python interpreter. So let's execute the code and see. You can vote, and let's take away the comment and see what we have. You see that there will be a syntax error. As you can see, there is a syntax error, and once I input my comment, you see our code is back to life. So next in our list we have the variables. We have our variables, and we say that variables are used to store data. They are used to store data and values. So let me say I have a variable name that say name equals to John, and another variable that say age equals to 18. And let's say print name, and also tell the computer to print age. You see John and 18. Actually, this the name is our variable value, and the value of that name is John. Also, our age is a variable with a variable value 18. So next in our list we have our assignment operator. I will say that the work of an assignment operator is to assign a value to our variable. So let me take for instance, I have a Python code that say age equals to 18. age age equals to 18. So the equals to sign is called an assignment operator. In mathematics we call it equals to, but in Python programming we call it an assignment operator, and its work is to assign a value to a variable. As you can see now, the value of our variable age is 18 with the help of our assignment operator. So next on our list we have our quotation mark, and you all know the work of the quotation mark. It's actually the text that we do write in our Python code. So let me say I have a variable that says name equals to Grace. So this is our quotation mark, and it actually tells the Python interpreter that this is actually a text. So program finish. So let's take the quotation mark and see what our Python interpreter does. You see, there's a syntax error. So that's actually the work of the quotation mark. So we have the parenthesis, which is many function requires parenthesis. So let's take, I have a variable name that says, this is actually our parenthesis, but we call it bracket in English language. So and we have the quotation mark, and I have also John. Let's execute the code and see. You see, didn't know syntax error, but let's take a one of the parentheses and see what we have. You see, the Python interpreter has detected an error. So these are the syntax that you all will be needing to make sure there is a proper running and execution of your Python code. So next in our list we have our print function. So the work of the print function is to display things on the screen of the computer. So let me say I have a Python code that says print Python is fun. Print Python is fun. Yeah, print Python is fun. From the definition, we saw that it displays things on the screen, and actually it displays things on the screen, and it's certainly called a built-in function. So anything right inside the quotation mark, once the print function is here, it will output it to it will output it to the Python screen. Let me say you can write anything. Let me say I'm a Python programmer. I'm a Python programmer. Says I'm a Python programmer. With the help of your print function, it displays things on the screen. So next on our list we have the input function, which is the work of the input is to ask users information is to ask information from the user. I know that most of you guys do sign into account, most of you guys do create accounts, and they will ask you of your name, your email address, and the rest. So that's actually the work of the input function. So let me say I have a Python code that says input bracket enter your name, enter your name. Let's execute the Python code and see what we have. As you can see, it already asks user of their information, which is enter your name. Let me enter my name, Vincent, and the program has finished. So these are all the basic Python syntax that we have. Let me summarize what I've gone through. I said we have the statement, we have the indentation, we have the comment, we have the variables, we have the assignment operator, we have the quotation mark, we have the parentheses, we have the print function, and last but not the least, we have the built-in function.
Today we just executed some Python code. So I have a question for you guys that says, why do computer need exact instructions? Why do they need specific instructions? So I'll give you guys some seconds to think about it. So coming to basic data types in Python programming. Data types are actually the way or the category that we do store value in Python programming. So we have various data types. We have the string which are text. We have the booleans which are condition that may be true or false. We have the integers and we have the floats.
Say we have various data types in Python programming. One, we have the string. I would say that strings are text. Anything written inside the quotation mark are called string in Python programming. So this is my quotation mark. Anything I write inside the quotation mark is called a string in Python programming. This is actually a string in Python programming. Anything I write Python is a string in Python programming. Anything written inside the quotation mark. Also, we have the integers, which are whole numbers. They are called whole numbers like 18, 19. Let me declare a variable that says age equals to, let me say, 25. The variable value has the value 25, which is an integer. And we have floats, decimal numbers, numbers that deals with point. Let me say point. This point, this they actually call float. They actually call float in Python programming. And also you have the boolean, which are conditional statements, which are statements that might be true or false. Let me say I have a question that says, are you a student? The output will be yes or either no.
So that's all for the basic data types, how Python code works, and Python syntax. I hope you learned something new. Have a great day.